Hi, you must be Parker.
Yep.
Sam, here for the 8:30 Foot Locker interview.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, yeah, I'm great.
Good.
Good.
So, I take it you've been to Foot Locker before.
Yeah, all the time, all the time.
Good. Have you ever worked at another shoe company before or anything?
I haven't worked in shoes specifically, but I've worked in retail at a clothing store and back home because I'm from New Zealand, called Amazon. It's different to the Amazon here, it's different. But we did also sell shoes there as well. So it was clothes and shoes, which is the same as Foot Locker, I guess.
Right.
So I think that, it's kind of the same thing.
Okay. Tell me about your personal work experiences at retail then.
Yeah, well, obviously the main one has been working for Amazon. I worked it was the Rickenham store. That was in the busiest mall in my city. So that's a very busy mall. So lots and lots of people. And then I worked there for maybe 4 months or so, and then after that I switched to another store, which is a bit more quiet. It was an outlet store, so it was more just the sale products. So between the two, I got quite a mix of when it's not busy, and then at the other end, that was extremely busy. So I think between them, I got a wide range of experience, which could really help me in the long term. I feel like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our merchandise, well, it's just mostly shoes for the most part, but we do have a little clothing items here and there.
Yeah.
So do you have much experience with basketball shoes mostly?
Yeah, I'm actually have been originally came over to the States to play college basketball, and I've played basketball all my life, and it's a big part of my personal culture and livelihood. So I have a lot of personal pre-existing knowledge about the shoes, the basketball shoes for one, and then also I'm quite into fashion and particularly sports fashion. So again, I love sports shoes and sports clothes. Makes up a majority of my wardrobe. So yeah, it's something I'm very passionate about. So I'd love to be able to work with it, sort of thing.
All right. What do you make? What makes you a great candidate for this job, do you think?
I think just like I mentioned, just the mix of my passion for the job and my previous knowledge in the field. I think with those two, I think I could be a really good candidate and really help Foot Locker to strive towards their goals, their team goals, and make it a better working environment and a more successful shop, I guess.
All right. What do you think your strengths and weaknesses with interacting with customers are?
My strengths, first off, I think I'm not shy to go up to someone. I think someone that hasn't worked in retail, I know the first week you work in retail, you're like, oh, going up to customers is a big deal, but I am used to that, so it's not something that I'd shy away from. And I'm very passionate, sorry for repeating myself, but I'm very passionate, so I want to sell the product. So, and that previous knowledge about the products can come in handy when they have specific questions about how does the shoe perform in these circumstances, etc. So I think that is definitely a strength of mine. In terms of weaknesses, I think it's important to just be ready to go for a full shift. If you're working a 8 to 10 hour day and it's quite slow, it can be quite hard to maintain the same level of focus and stuff. But I think you've just got to be determined to, and I think that's probably just the biggest challenge, I think.
See, it's good that you can go and talk to people, because right when you walk into the store, you have to go and greet them and ask what they have to do and everything.
Yeah.
Tell me about a time when you felt you were at your best with helping a customer.
Back when I was working at Amazon, I had this specific customer, and it was a mother, and she came in and she was looking for a pair of shorts for her son. And so I helped her get the shorts, but there's also a promo deal on, and if you got the shorts, you got a pair of shoes and a t-shirt for, I think it was $120. And so after that, I actually got her into an upsell into getting the full deal, which worked out really well. And then when she was shopping for the shoes for her son, then she bought a pair of shoes for herself. So that was a really good experience in terms of upselling. and also just because she came for the pair of shorts and she wasn't exactly sure on the ones that she thought she wanted, and she tried her best to describe them to me, and I managed to find them, and then after that I suggested the shoes idea, and she didn't know which ones he would like. I picked one out from her just explaining what he's like as a person, and then she came back into the store a couple of weeks later and said that he liked them, so that was pretty satisfying and felt pretty rewarding, I think.
Good. What are your current goals for working here and future plans?
My goals is, if I get the job, would obviously the first just to get my feet in the water sort of thing, and but definitely I'll be looking at it as a long-term sort of career. I'd like to move up to third in charge, second in charge,
Okay.
and eventually become like a store manager. That'd be an ultimate goal, and to be honest, I'd like to do that within 5 years. I think that's it is optimistic, but I think it's achievable through hard work, dedication, and just loving the job. I think it could be possible.
Right. Alright, well that's about what I have for questions. Do you have any other questions?
Just, I noticed on your website it said that hours can vary.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the normal 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, and I was just wondering about the weekend work, if there's a possibility of that.
Yep, we do have our weekends open. You will be getting paid more for working on the weekends.
Oh, really?
Yep. It depends who else shows up. If people don't show up, we might have to call you in.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you might have to be ready for that. I mean, if that doesn't bother you.
Yeah, no, that's good.
But yeah, we pretty much let you know if you have to work on the weekend or not, or any of that. So, any other questions?
I guess just lastly is what's the process from here moving forward after the interview?
We'll be going through our other candidates
Mhm.
and then deciding who fits the job the best, and then we should have that done within hopefully this week. So if you get the job, we'll call you. If you don't, we'll send you an email or call you still, either way. So
Okay, that sounds good.
alright, anything else?
No, I think that's about it.
Alright, sounds good. Well,
Awesome.
thank you for
Thank you
the
very
time.
much, I appreciate it.
Yep,
See you later.
see ya.
Okay, now, Masa, who do you want to interview? Do you have some questions?
No?
Since Tori's not here,
Yeah.
want to interview him?
Son? Okay.
Thank you, Marcel.